Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse my appearance today. It's Sunday. Harry Potter's on. I have work to do. I don't feel like getting dressed and putting on the makeup, and I just don't feel like it. But I promise in my other videos, in my next videos, I'll be a little bit more snatched than what I am today. If you've already read the title and clicked on this video, you pretty much know what this video is about. I am having a baby. I'm super excited. I'm so excited. As you're watching this video, like right now while I'm recording this video, I am 16 weeks. I decided that I wanted to wait until my second trimester before I made any videos, recorded anything, or told you guys, just because that's my personal preference. That's just what I wanted to do. So I'm in my second trimester, so I'm going to be telling you guys about my first trimester. But anyway, so let's get into my first trimester. I'm going to tell you guys how I found out I was pregnant. I have a cycle tracker on my phone, and I normally track, you know, my cycle so that I know when it's coming. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to buy so I can be prepared. And it didn't predict, but it said that I was supposed to get my cycle on Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving Day came, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to have it on Thanksgiving Day. I'm out enjoying my family. I don't want to be feeling uncomfortable and crampy and all of that stuff. So on Thanksgiving Day, it never came, nothing happened. So I didn't really think much of it, because there's been times before. Oh, let me turn the TV down a little bit. But there's been times before when my period has been maybe 2 or 3 days off. So I didn't really think anything of it, because the tracker is not necessarily set in stone. So I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. It could just be off by a couple of days. So a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days passed, and it still didn't come. And at that point I was just like, okay, like, that's really weird. But I told myself that I would wait until it was a complete week when I didn't get my period before I took a test. So I waited a week, and I think it was like that Monday or Tuesday or something like that. I was just like, by that time I was Googling things. I was getting really impatient. I didn't even wait a week. I waited until like a Thursday, and I was getting really impatient. I was Googling things. I was like, oh my gosh, something is wrong. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I was just driving myself crazy. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the dollar store and I'm going to get a test. I can't take it anymore. So I went to the dollar store. I brought like 3 tests. I came home, I took the test, and it was positive. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it wasn't a faint line. It was like full line. Bam, wham, you're pregnant. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I went and I showed Nate, and he was like, what is this? And then I was like, you know what it is, like, don't play with me. So he looked at it, he like looked at me, and he was like, okay. And so he was like, well, let's take another one tomorrow, and let's see what that one says. And I totally agreed. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take another one tomorrow. So, you know, of course, me, I do my research. So I read that first morning urine is the best to test on. So that next morning, before I went to work, while I was getting ready, I even woke up early because I was just so anxious. I woke up early, I took the test, came out positive. So I got dressed, I went to work that day or whatever. I came back home and I showed him the test that I took that morning, and I said, it's positive again. And he was like, well, then you're pregnant. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. So I took like 2 more tests after that. I took another test, because I brought 3 from the Dollar Tree. I took another one, and then I brought one from Walgreens, because I'm like, okay, these were only $1, so maybe this one from Walgreens would be a little bit more accurate. So I took the one from Walgreens, and it was positive as well. So altogether I took like 4 tests. We were still, I don't want to say sketchy, but we were still like, well, you know, we want to go to the doctor and confirm and everything before we tell anyone or anything like that. And I had already had it in my head that I'm not going to tell anyone until I'm in my second trimester, and that's that. So I finally scheduled a doctor's appointment, and my appointment was January the 2nd. I'll never forget, because I'm like, that's my first day back to work. I'm gonna have to ask the principal to to let me leave early and all of this stuff. So it was January the 2nd. We went to the doctor. They gave me a test, came out positive, gave me an ultrasound, and you can see the baby in the ultrasound, and it was like the cutest thing ever. As far as symptoms and everything like that, I would say that my first trimester was pretty easy breezy. I didn't really have too bad of symptoms. I had morning sickness, but it wasn't like extremely bad, and I wouldn't get it in the morning time. I would get it at night after I ate dinner and I was getting ready to go to bed, and like in the middle of the night I would wake up and my stomach would just be like, I would feel so nauseous, like I wanted to just get up and throw everything up that I ate that day. And the only time during the day when I would get nauseous is if I took too long to eat. So if I woke up in the morning and I took longer than I needed to eat breakfast, then I would get nauseous. Or if I wake up, take my vitamin and don't eat, then I would get nauseous. My vitamins didn't have iron in them. The first vitamins that I was taking, they didn't have iron. So, you know, I just felt like it wouldn't make me sick, but if I took too long to eat, then I would start to feel nauseous. I was taking 1-a-day gummies. Now I'm taking 1-a-day. I'm still taking 1-a-day, but it's not the gummy brand, and it has iron in it because the gummy brand does not have iron. And so I was talking to my doctor, and she said that I definitely needed to get some iron into my system, and I totally agreed. So I switched, and now I'm still taking 1-a-day, but it's just with iron. I didn't want to switch to something completely, like a completely different brand. I don't know why. That's just me. But yeah, so I'm taking 1-a-day with iron. And those I definitely have to take with food. So I usually take those in the afternoon during my lunchtime, or in the morning after I eat my breakfast. It just depends. My boobs were sore, but they weren't like terribly sore. In the afternoon when I would come home and take my bra off, you could just feel them, like they just felt like heavy, I guess. I don't know. And they would feel like they would be sore, like if I touched them they would feel sore. Super constipated. I'm still constipated. I have to take Metamucil, and it's absolutely disgusting. I know that's too much information, but I'm sorry. But yeah, so I have to take Metamucil because I'm constipated like no other. I need to be taking some Gas X because I get such bad gas, like it's ridiculous. And I'm like, I don't even like to fart in front of Nate, so I have like crazy gas, crazy. But I don't take Gas X because I don't want to take Gas X and Metamucil. I don't know, I don't really even like to take medicine. So foods, I didn't have any really. Did I have cravings my first? I didn't really have cravings like my first trimester. I feel like I already eat weird stuff, and so, you know, it's not really like anything crazy. Oh, I did have a craving in my first trimester and into my second trimester as well. I was craving like tomato based stuff. Like I was craving ketchup. I was eating ketchup and crackers. I was eating ketchup on everything. Hot sauce. I know hot sauce is not tomato based, but it's spicy, so I was craving hot sauce. At one point I was craving tomatoes, like spaghetti, anything with like a tomato taste to it. I was craving it at one point. Here I'm growing hair everywhere. I'm already a hairy person. Now I'm extra hairy, which is like super gross. Like it's just crazy. Like I remember I shaved my legs, and then like a couple of days later it was like, hi, I'm back. And I'm just like, gosh, like I can normally go at least a week and a half without having to shave again, and it wasn't even a week, and I had to shave again. So yeah, I think that's it. So I guess I can give you guys a small little update of what's going on right now that I'm 16 weeks. Oh, another thing for my first trimester, when I first went to the doctor, because of my weight, the doctor recommended that I only gain 15 pounds this pregnancy. So when I first came to the doctor, it was January the 2nd, so that was after, you know, Christmas and all the holidays or whatever, New Year. So I was eating like crazy. So I felt like I gained more weight than what I should have. And then the second time I went to the doctor, she didn't say that I gained or lost. I'm not sure. I might have been the same weight. And then when I went last week, she said, no, I went this week. I went this week Tuesday. Was it this week? Whatever. But she said that I had lost weight, and she asked me, you know, was anything different? And I was telling her that, you know, when I first came, that was after the holidays. So I was eating kind of crazy after, you know, while I was on vacation and everything like that. But now that I'm back into my normal routine, I really don't eat, you know, I don't eat bad. We don't eat out that often. So yeah. So now into my 16 weeks, I also did, the last time I went to the doctor, I did a screening for any type of genetic, you know, Down syndrome, genetic disorders, anything like that. And it came back, everything was good. The baby was fine. When I first went to the doctor, I got a pap smear and everything came back fine. So I'm not going to say so far. Everything has been absolutely amazing. And right now I'm just waiting to see if I can feel the baby move. I know that now the baby can hear me talk and hear things. So I'm super excited to talk to my baby and see if the baby moves and everything. But so far I haven't really been feeling movement, or I can't tell if I'm feeling movement, because to me everything just feels like I have gas. Because I have gas so bad that everything just feels like I have gas. So I think once the baby gets bigger, you know, I'll be able to really figure out, you know, is that a kick or what is that? I guess I can show you guys my belly. I feel like I'm like super huge to just be 16 weeks, but I don't know. But I'm gonna show you guys my belly. And thank you for watching. I'll see you again for my next update, and I promise you guys I'll look way much better than this. I just look a hot mess today. I apologize, bear with me. But I'm gonna show you guys my belly. And yeah, belly at 16 weeks. I feel like I'm huge, but I also have to remember that I had a belly before, so this is like fat on top of fat, or belly on top of fat. So this is my belly.